Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com. I'm gonna do a new weekly feature every Sunday talking about weekly news in the MMO universe. I'll basically do a quick look at what major announcements have been made, upcoming games, major updates, and things of that nature. Anyway, this first video is for the week ending September 26th. Anyway guys, let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see from the trailer in the background, the first major announcement I wanted to highlight was that Pirates of the Burning Sea, which you see in the background, will actually be going free to play. Now, this bit of news was actually announced back on September 16th, making it a little bit more than a week old, but you know what, this is my first video, so I can include all the old stuff. Now, this was actually announced the same time Power and Prestige actually launched, which was the first major expansion to Pirates of the Burning Sea. Now, there's no official date on exactly when the game will be going free to play, but they have announced it's going to happen, so you can look forward to Pirates of the Burning Sea as a free to play game in the near future, hopefully. The next piece of news this week is Burdick brings Argo online to North America and Europe. Now, when you hear the word Burdick Entertainment or just Burdick, it actually just means A La Playa because Burdick technically owns A La Playa, and I'm sure you guys have heard of A La Playa. They're the company behind S4 League and a few other games. So you can see from the trailer, which has absolutely no good gameplay so far, just some cinematic cutscenes. So it's actually supposed to be a steampunk title, which is actually really cool because there aren't that many steampunk games out there. Now, there's no official release date yet, but the game is supposed to have 2 races, each with 8 playable classes, and an emphasis on large-scale PvP. So at least we're seeing some almost gameplay in the background, some huge bug thing, and some lasers going off. So hopefully we'll see at least a few seconds of gameplay in this video. Oh, there you go, at least some huge bug monster thing. The game is expected to launch sometime in early 2011 on the A La Playa portal. More news this week, guys. Combat Arms adds a new game mode and a new update on September 22nd. It basically just added a new game mode to the game called Seize and Secure, which is actually a lot like, King of the Hill style game, because the way it works is 2 teams in the game fight to control one area of the game where they have to raise their flag, and they have to hold that spot for 2 minutes. If they lose the spot, the other team has to hold it for 2 minutes, and whoever can hold it for 2 minutes first ends up winning. It actually just sounds just like King of the Hill. I don't know why they called it Seize and Secure, just trying to confuse everybody. But I did want to emphasize though, I like Combat Arms for one reason, and that's because Nexon does an awesome job keeping it up to date, because just look how many updates Combat Arms has enjoyed since its original release. And look at Maple Story and Dungeon Fighter Online and Mabinogi. Nexon does a good job keeping their games up to date. Alright. Whoa, cheesy awesome transition. The next news is Dynasty PvP tournament results are in. Now on September 18th to 19th there was some international Dynasty PvP tournament, and apparently a whole bunch of countries in the world participated, the best PvP teams from everywhere, and it looks like Team USA/Europe came in 3rd place. We're behind China. China came number 1, and Vietnam came number 2. Come on, we lost to Vietnam? Come on, seriously? Nothing wrong with Vietnamese people, but every time I play an MMORPG, I always see people named like X-Viet Boy, or it's spelled B-O-I, or X-Viet Cutie. I always see that in the name. Is that just me, or I don't know. No offense though, I actually love Viet. Well, maybe just the X-Viet Cutie girls. I would be showing you guys some awesome trailers and footage from the game, but there's no video released online, so I'm using just a trailer for the actual PvP tournament. So that was kind of cool that they actually did a PvP tournament though. I hope to do more stuff like this because esports and MMORPGs would be pretty awesome. Alright guys, this next story is my favorite because the trailer is so funny. A new free-to-play MMORPG called Myth Angels Online was just announced by UserJoy. Now I'll let you guys watch the official trailer yourself, and it's pretty funny.
Hey, do you hear that? Apollo is hosting a secret party in his palace.
Hey Athena, come to my party tonight. It'll be a great night at my palace with a few other gods.
Shut up! Of course I'm in!
Party with Apollo? Count me in.
A party with the 5 of us? That will be a wild night! I'm so excited! It will be awesome!
The trailer goes down, but if you want to see the full thing, you can see it on the MMOHut.com YouTube channel. I thought the trailer was really funny because of the very poor voice acting. I mean, the game is supposed to be based off Greek mythology, but they could even hire Western voiceovers for it, so I don't know why not. It's developed by UserJoy, and they're the same company that actually developed Legendary Champions as well as Kingdom Heroes for area games. Now they're actually publishing their own game now in the West, and this is it. Now I don't want to bash on the game too much. I like the cutesy graphics, and it's supposed to be a bit like Angels Online, but again, I'm just surprised why they couldn't just hire a Western voice actor. Now, the closed beta for Myth Angels Online begins on October 6th, and you can get your keys on MMOHut.com/giveaways. Whoa, another cheesy trailer, and that is it for this week's news, but we're going to look at a few games just released in open beta now. First game is Mission Against Terror from Super Games. Now, this one actually launched into open beta September 19th, but the game itself is not new because it's been available in Asia for over a year now, and it's also very similar to Crazy Shooter Online, if not the exact same game, but it is called Mission Against Terror. It is actually yet another tactical themed MMOFPS, and you can actually learn more about it by checking out the MMOHut.com first look for the game. Oh, and if you guys couldn't notice, the map I'm playing right now in the video is actually the same exact game as Dynasty from Counter-Strike. It's the exact same map. Another free-to-play MMO game that launched into open beta recently is Fist of Fu from Outspark. It's actually a 3D anime-inspired game, and it's actually more of a brawler MMORPG than anything else because it actually plays a lot like Draconic Online, if you've heard of that, and Lunia Online, because it's the same, linear style progression because you have to beat one level before going on to the next one, and so forth. There's actually a decent amount of variety in the game, and it's kind of cool that the game has really fair PvP as well because everyone gets equalized on the same level, so it makes PvP fair. You can see from the graphics, it's also going for the sort of Maple Story style look because it is side-scrolling as well. It also has some cool 3D backgrounds, and this one actually went into open beta on September 22nd. And oh my god, there's an epic panda beating up somebody in the video. Yet another free-to-play MMORPG that launched this week is Legendary Champions from Area Games. Yeah, it's been a busy week for new releases now. This game actually confused everyone back when it was first announced because it announced it was going to be a Dota-style MMO with heroes and things like that, but apparently it's actually just one PvP mode in the game. There's a Dota-style 5v5 style PvP mode in the game, but otherwise it's a 3D fantasy MMORPG with a really unique Guardian system. Now, Legendary Champions actually went into open beta on September 22nd. Well guys, that's it for new MMORPGs this week, but there's two new MMORPGs coming out very soon. The first one is King of Kings 3, and this is actually one of the official trailers for the game, and lucky you guys, there's no actual gameplay in the trailer, it is just a CGI trailer. Don't you hate when companies release out CGI trailers for new games and stuff? It's really annoying, but it's a CGI trailer for the game, but it will actually going out to full release on September 27th. It is just going past open beta, closed beta, all that nonsense. It actually had its closed beta, but it's skipping open beta and going right to full release on the 27th. It's actually a PvP heavy MMORPG, so if you were fans of games like Ica and stuff like that, definitely want to give King of Kings 3 a try. It is by Game Ago. They actually have the North American and US license for the game. I'm not sure about the rest of the world though. Alright guys, the next and final game I'll be looking at today is Vindictus. Now, the early access beta for Vindictus actually began on September 15th, but you needed a beta key back then to access the game. On October 6th, after that, there will be a full open beta and you won't need any more keys and there'll be no more wipe. And this is the epic 3D action MMORPG from Nexon. A lot of people have been looking forward to it, but a lot of people couldn't get into the game because of the early access beta. Had a very limited number of keys, and still a lot of people were waiting for it. MMOHut actually gave away over 2,200 keys for the game, but still, not everyone can get one. Just look at how epic this trailer looks and the awesome gameplay in it. Anyway guys, that's it for MMO/MMORPG news for the week, ended September 26, 2010. You can read more about any of the headlines I discussed today by just going over to MMOHut.com. This is Omer, signing out. Later guys.